And my biggest shock was how the hell do the first person scenes in this show look worse than the video games? Like they do camera things where they put you in first person. I'm like, this looks worse than fucking Halo 3, dude. This looks terrible. What the hell is happening? Like just oh my god, man.
I kind of like I enjoyed some parts of it. And I thought some parts of it were visually stunning as well. But then there was some parts that just weren't at all. Like, and I think you spoke about this previously on one of your streams during the week, Hoffman. But basically, I think it was when he throws down the gun, and it's a CGI gun, and it looked fake as fuck, just sliding across the floor. And I kind of like, I was like, oh my god, what the hell was that? And then I remembered you talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, they had like CGI to going in. And
2005, bro, like it's so bad.
Yeah, oh my god. It was just crazy. I did like some of the first person stuff. I thought it was kind of cool, and like the sound effects from the game, like when his shield goes down and it was regenning. Like I was just like, oh, I've heard that so many times, you know. Like,
he like gets behind cover and lets it regen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just like, this is that to me was cool. Those were the cool parts.
Yeah.
And Alex, bit of a spoiler for you, but at the end of the episode, he takes off his fucking helmet. And
what? Not even the end.
Yeah, like, sorry, not the end, but like for the last, say, 10 minutes, he does like 2 or 3 full scenes with no fucking helmet on. And I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe they've done this. Like, you know, if they wanted to do it at the end of season 1 or something, fair enough. But like, you know, this was just like 10 minutes of this episode. It was like, him without the helmet on. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Do they not understand the legend?
Exactly.
Like, no, he doesn't take the helmet off.
Exactly. And like they even say it in the show. Like he's talking in the show, and he's like, "Your one's like, oh, do you not take your helmet off ever?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, I leave it on because I got, you know, it links to all my diagnostics and all this stuff like that." And then like 5 minutes later, he takes it off.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
and
bro.
They just do it with like such disregard, you know.
Yeah.
Throughout the games, like you had to wait 20 years before you even got a glimpse of his head, and you only got it if you completed the game on Legendary, right? That's the only way you got to see a snippet of his face.
Yeah.
So I get that they want to do this where they show his face for story moments, or like they wanted to have a scene where he showed his face to build trust with somebody. Why not just put him underneath a shadow or something to still mask his face to us audience, but like still let the other person see it? I get it.
Yeah.
And then like the next scene, they are entering one of the most dangerous situations. And he would absolutely put his helmet back on in these dangerous situations, and he still leaves it off.
Yeah,
it's just it's blatant. And if that's the beginning of the series, who knows how much of the series is going to leave it off for?
Yeah,
but I just wanted to say, like, it's these actors, and I get it. I totally get it. You want your face to be seen on the show. You want to be recognized as that's the actor who's doing this character. Mm-hmm. But it when you're not paying attention to how things are in the actual game, and you're not trying to at least, you know, portray it as close as possible, it starts to fall apart. And that's what happens. Like, that's why sometimes we get a little upset when we see, you know, Tom Holland pulling off his mask like 20 times and then not understanding why he gets found out as Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, they brought back the actress for Cortana to use her in this thing. Like, that is the actual actress who played Cortana in the original Halo and what the look is based off of. So why not just bring back the voice actor for Master Chief and have him just be helmeted the whole time?
Yeah.
Because this guy's voice does not sound like Master Chief. And it's not that, you know, you can't match a voice or whatever, like, because he's a different person. But like the gravitas' voice, he doesn't have that Master Chief feel. Like, you don't have to sound the same, but you have to like instill something in people when you talk to him. Like, because Master Chief is a very monotone character, but his voice has such boom to it or whatever. And his dialogue is so good that it works. But in this is terrible. I don't like the actor they casted for him in terms of his voice. Yeah. And it's weird. And they're not to say there aren't good points of this, because there are. Like Victor says, I would say like the first 20 minutes of the show, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was crazy when there's so much gore in this thing, and like it's gruesome.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, they're like murdering people and like murking. I'm like, oh my god, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
and then we get off the planet where they start the thing, right? And it's just it gets off the rails. It's so terrible.
Some of the acting in it is so poor as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's really really bad. So yeah, like it's a tough one. I don't like. Do you want to keep watching it, Hoff? Are you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna give it one more episode.
Okay, that's
I'm
right.
gonna watch episode 2.
Yeah,
I hear it's not great. I hear it's not great.
yeah.
But honestly, for the amount of money they spent on this thing, like they could have just put like $200 million in a swimming pool, lit it on fire, and I think I would have enjoyed it more. Like just watching that on Paramount Plus, because like this thing is so uninteresting. The story's so just boring. You know, they're doing this whole thing where it's like Master Chief is already questioning the USNC, and it's like that should be a season 2 or end of the season thing. Why are we doing that right off the jump? It means nothing to us. It means nothing to us.
Yeah, I think they've taken away the magic of Master Chief straight away by taking that helmet off. Like it's like I actually like the actor. I was a big fan of him in like American Gods and stuff. I thought he was brilliant in that, and I just think that just the fact that they've taken that helmet off in the first episode just humanizes the Chief so much now that like I kind of just don't care anymore already. Like you know, it's just not special anymore. Like the first scene when we see him, he jumps out of his ship and falls like 100 feet and just lands cool superhero landing, just starts shooting the shit out of everybody, and you're just like, wow, this guy's amazing. But now I know who he is, and it's like not as special to me or something. Even though I like the actor, it's just not as special. Like,
well, I mean, even if you think about Mandalorian, like even though he took his helmet off and then put it back on, I really don't remember exactly what he looks like because he always keeps it on now.
Yeah,
I know it's Pablo. What's his name? I can't remember.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. Why did I say Pablo? Yeah, Pedro Pascal. Like, but even then, like, he keeps the helmet on long enough for us to not remember exactly what he looks like throughout the series. So that when he does take it off again, it's like, oh crap, he hasn't done this in a while, and it's exciting. But when you start out from the first episode,
yeah, it was straight away, dude. I couldn't believe it.
The writing is just so terrible. Like literally in the first scene, there's the humans who are like kind of like rebellious humans, whatever. They're separatists, insurrectionists, and they're getting attacked by the Covenant. Which one, the elites look so thick in this. I don't understand why the elites are so fat. And then 2, the humans are shooting the Covenant and the elites with the Warthog gun, like the machine gun, like the and it does nothing to them.
Yeah,
it does nothing to him. But guess what? Then Master Chief picks it up and he just murders all the elites with the same machine gun that the humans were using and doing no damage to the elites. Like, it just makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's terrible writing. It's the writing that like I don't know how they get hired. I'm gonna start submitting scripts. I'm gonna start sending out scripts because this shit is so dumb.
Yeah,
that this even gets through. Like I don't know who's directing, who's producing. It's the dumbest, like most disrespectful. Like you're just dumb gamers. Put some popcorn in your mouth and shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like it's bad, bro. I cannot stand this Halo series.
Yeah, and like even like I know that their guns are probably like stronger than the guns that the humans were using on that planet or whatever, but like, you know, Chief's coming in and like popping aliens' heads off with a little handgun, and it's like these guys are shooting the humans are shooting like chain guns at it, and they're not even like bouncing off they're not even penetrating their shields. Like, well, it's crazy.
That's the thing. Chief picks up the exact weapon that the human was using. Like, it's just like, what? It's the same weapon.
I know, dude.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Crazy.
And then like there's another part where there's like a ship over top, and one of the Spartans like, Chief, there's a Covenant Phantom. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's right there. It's right above us. You don't have to tell Chief it's right there. We know. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
When Master Chief's not in the room, everyone needs to look around and say, where's Master Chief?
Where's Chief at, man?
We need our hero. We need the person that's actually going to be able to hit people.
I thought a couple of the other Spartans were pretty cool. They were pretty badass as well. Like it was cool. And your one, I can't think of her name. She was in Californication. She played like David Duchovny's love interest in it. She's in it. She's the kind
I
of
forget her name, but she plays Halsey.
yeah. So that I don't know. I think like she is a good actress, but she didn't come across very good in this, and I don't think that that's her fault. You know, I think that's just what she's been like, what she's working with, like the direction and the script and so on.
Yeah.
But like, you know, yeah, it just when you're watching a show and you like know someone is good from like seeing them perform well in something else, it kind of just shines bright that it's just not good TV. Like, you know, like the fact that like you know someone is a talented actress, but they're coming across like a piece of shit in the show. Like, you know,
I agree.
No amount of acting can fix a script that's shit.
yeah, exactly. And if you've got directors that don't know what they're doing and they can't make good stuff, they're not going to be able to direct the actors properly because the actors rely on directing. You know, they're told what to do. Like, you know, this is like the kind of famous like story of like Hayden Christensen. Like, you know, he got so much shit for Revenge of the Sith when it was like that he just did what he was told. This is what George wanted. You know, they wanted him to be monotone and like, you know, it eases the kind of transformation into Vader or whatever, because like, you know, it's like he kind of was monotone himself, but like it's not like Hayden's acting. Like that was just the way that he was just did what he was told. He was just directed that way.
Yeah. And really puts into light when you hear about all these actors who like fly off the rail on the set and like the director and stuff. You're like, yeah, no wonder. Like their whole career is riding on this director not giving them a bad performance, right?
Yeah.
And like maybe that's the thing where it's like Hayden Christensen, if he would have been a more seasoned actor, he'd have been like, no, George, I'm not doing that. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
But he couldn't.
Yeah. Question in the chat there: who would be your fan cast for Chief?
No
I don't
one.
even know.
Yeah.
No one.
Just make him a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put the helmet on and do the voice. I'm in.
Yeah.
Make him 7 feet tall and don't take that helmet off.
He is big in the show. But yeah, no, they should have never taken the helmet off. I think you're dead right. Like, you know, they should have just got the voice actor from the games and just kept a big, massive dude in the suit, and that would have been it.
Yeah. It
Would
would
have
have
been a
worked.
winner. Yeah.
It would have been. And you know, it's like, how do they not know that people were not going to have a problem with that? Like, how do they not know? And there's all these articles out there saying that they really didn't play the games. They more so just talked to Bungie or 343 about characters. They didn't really talk about stories.
Yeah.
They just talked about characters. And like, that seems fucking wildly incorrect because Master Chief doesn't seem like Master Chief. You know, they got Captain or Commander Keyes. Like, I don't know if he's captain right now. Keyes and his daughter, and they don't feel anything like the games. And maybe they'll change, but like Keyes is somebody who like does the right thing no matter what, right? Like he's gonna do that. And his daughter is in the similar vein, and like his daughter is this confident military woman, and then you go see this character that's playing the daughter, and she's, you know, hesitant, she's insecure, and doesn't, you know, it's wild. It's so weird that they talk about how they only focus on the characters and they don't seem anything like the characters from the games.
And all they wanted to do was just pay for that franchise to put it on screen.
Yep.
And that was it. Like they're like, we have a cast that we could probably pay a decent amount of money. We just want to see if we could tell the story the way we want to tell it and not care at all about the franchise.
100%. And you know, there's a human who's with the Covenant, who knows what they're using her for. I don't know if she's like the leader of the Covenant, if she's just being manipulated by the Covenant. We'll see how that goes.
She's an Irish actress as well. They're popping up everywhere, bro. We're taking over.
Well, we found Finto's favorite character. I can't wait to see what she does in the upcoming weeks. She's gonna. And I'm just. It's so weird to me seeing the human character there with the Covenant.
Yeah.
You know, I know that there are theories on what she could be doing because the Covenant need humans to open up the halos and stuff. But you know, they haven't established that, and humans are like blasphemous to be near the Covenant. So
Yeah.
I just I feel like they don't know what they're doing whatsoever. It's another gaming franchise that these studios in Hollywood have taken, not knowing what to do with, give it to people who aren't even good at their job. Like it'd be one thing if they just changed it up and told their own story, but it's fantastic. But it's not. It's just terrible. It's terrible on its own right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. I think I'll give like the next episode a go. And from what I have heard, I've heard the same thing as you. Like the first episode was meant to be kind of start off well, but kind of end pretty badly, and then episode 2 is just meant to be a fucking dumpster fire. Like so.
Yeah. I heard it's a filler.
Yeah,
like a filler episode. Episode 2.
Oh my god. Yeah, brand new show.
Well,
like, let's throw out a bit of filler straight away.
Right. Well, it's a good thing that I got the trial ready to go. So I'm gonna watch it, and then I'll ask you guys if you're gonna keep watching it, and if you say no, I'm canceling the subscription.
How much is the subscription?
It's like $10 a month, but I have the free the free week.
Yeah.
So like,
have you started it already?
The show, no, not yet.
No, the free trial.
Yes, just as of now.
Just okay. So yeah, you've got 7 days, so you'll actually get the first 2 episodes in. Oh, that's funny.
I'll make sure to contact you both on Thursday.
Yeah.
And make sure.
Yeah, we're canceling it, guys. We're canceling it. I really don't have any. I really don't have any high hopes for it now, to be honest. But look, if we want to keep talking about it, and I don't mind watching it for the cast. Like, it doesn't bother me. But I'm definitely not like enjoying it. Like, it's not good TV. Mm-hmm. And like nowadays, TV is so strong that you can't be putting shit out anymore. Like, you really can't. Like, the TV bar is so fucking high now. You can't be putting out shit like this. This felt when I was watching this, it felt like something that was made in the 90s. You know, like a TV show. Like the amount of like stuff, and it was great when you were young watching it, but the amount of shit TV in the 90s, like in early 2000s, like it was just awful. Just for the sake of being made, just to fill a time slot on a TV schedule. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And this feels like that.
Mm-hmm. And again, it comes down to the story. Like these graphics aren't good, but if they were telling a good story, you'd be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm sold. I'm already into the story. This is fine. This is all working. But it's not. It is a pile of shit. I don't know your experience with watching it, but maybe Paramount's like their servers are just overloaded. But the compression was terrible. Like, I could not get a good viewing of this thing at all. Like, it just looked like ass the entire time I was watching it.
Mine looked great, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Now, again, I'm not watching it through the Paramount Player or anything, so I had like a copy of the film in 1080p, and it looked great. It looked great on my TV. It really did. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, for the most part, the show looked pretty good. But yeah, it just didn't hit in the right places. My girlfriend actually laughed, you know, when they showed the intro, like the suit like being formed onto him, like the intro for the show. She just turned to me and laughed, and she just goes, "How could they make the intro look cool, but like the CGI in the show itself is shit?"
I think that, you know, there it's a whole nother studio that does intros, and those intro studios, man, they know what they're doing, bro.
Yeah, because the intro is very cool.
And
like, I think I don't need all the like. I think you do like a couple of shots. Like, they did one cool kind of camera shot where the camera came around the side of the Chief's face, and then it went like into the helmet. I thought that was cool. But like, I don't need to see it switching into first person and like me pretending like I'm in the video game. I don't need to, like, show me once, fine, do it well, great, done. You know, don't need to see it again. But like, they kept switching back to the first person. I just thought it was a little overdone. And it got old fast. I did like the laser swords though. I thought they were cool.
Oh yeah, bro! When he puts it through the door.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
When the Anakin's.
Yeah, Jesus, dude, that was rough. And like, you know, when the kids that are out in the woods, when they first like come into contact with them and they're running away, you see one of the girls, like, she gets shot and one of her legs flies off and all. I was like, holy shit! I was like, this is vicious.
That's why I was like excited. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then we get away from that scene, and it's just. It's like it started when her dad came running to save her. That's like when it went off the rails. I'm like, what? What are we doing? How would the Spartans not know there's one elite left? Like, they would absolutely know. Like, they got, like, what is this, legendary mode? They don't got a mini map. I like, come on now.
I actually did. Did you notice that there was one of the scenes where when Chief was on his ship with the one survivor, and you saw it did a couple of pans into the internal, like the first person view, and you could see the little mini map, and she was the little dot on the mini map. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that. I also love, there's a slight gaming callback where on the human thing they were like asking for Commander Shepard on like the PA system, right? So it's like Mass Effect. It's like boop, Commander Shepard. I love that. And honestly, the elites look like the Rex character from Mass Effect, if I'm thinking about it. But the another big thing that I thought was an absolute L for the entire series is we have Halo, which is this like masterpiece of music. Like the Halo music is so recognizable, and there's so many good tracks from it.
Oh yeah.
And there's some good like rock in it, like it shreds. The theme.
Yeah.
And then we go to this thing, and it's like the most generic, boring music you could ever put in a show, and they don't use any of the Halo stuff except for like the very end of the episode, and they even messed that up.
Yeah.
They even take this beautiful like ha 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 and like put this shitty other guitar music on top of it. That guitars aren't Halo soundtrack, but this is so much worse. This doesn't even feel like Halo whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
There has to be some sort of a explanation as to why they just didn't use the original music from the game. It would have been such an easy win for them, and everyone would have been like, the music, yes. They would have lost their shit,
Yeah.
Whereas like it's like they resampled it, and like a few of the original sounds were there, but it was just like a remix, like, and that did annoy me because I was like, the music is so
that could have been the case. That could have been the case though. Like they could have just paid for the samples and not the actual track itself.
Yeah, you would think that they would though. Like they're making, isn't this like in like association or whatever with the original crew that like made the games originally? So like it's like
no, but I mean, like they spent $200 million, they couldn't buy the samples. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Did I actually see? I don't know if I was like my eyes were playing tricks on me, but did I see Steven Spielberg credited as an executive producer in the credits, or did I read that wrong?
I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I gotta look it up. I can't imagine Spielberg putting his fucking name on shit like that, to be honest.
I mean, he may not have like touched it at all, but he might be part of the production. It might be his company.
Yeah,
Amblin or whatever.
I did see him down as an executive producer, and I was like, that's weird. I know they don't do anything, but it's like,
I'm pretty sure his company signed a big contract with like Paramount to make TV shows.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just out there getting a little bit of money, baby.
I think the whole executive producer thing is just hilarious because they do literally nothing. Like they're literally just like stamping their name on something, and it's money
you're
in the
right.
pocket. He is EP.
Yep. he is EP. Steven Spielberg is at the top of the list.
Honestly, at this stage, like I'd be putting his fucking name on the posters and everything, like, just to try and get people to watch it.
Oh, you gotta pay for that, baby.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, I think Paramount and Amblin Entertainment, which is Steven Spielberg, I think they have a deal now to be making shows for that stuff. So
gotcha. I really think, like, I'm kind of not excited, but I'm curious to watch episode 2 and see how they destroy, like, how they fuck it up. Like, I'm kind of curious to see how they do it. So I'm excited to watch episode 2 for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, bro. Me too.
So I was looking at the composer for the show, and it's Sean Callery. Says he did music for 24 and Jessica Jones, in addition to like James Bond video game.
24.
So,
well, I'm glad it's
for
working,
20.
But... Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Hoffman, from the Marvelous Chats Podcast. You just got done watching a clip from that podcast, the Marvelous Chats Podcast. You can find a link to that entire episode over here, down in the description, in the comment section, wherever you just want to click around. You can go watch that entire episode to see everything else we talk about, because we talk about all the Marvel stuff, all the Star Wars stuff, all the geeky stuff that you see around the internet that you want to watch or listen to our opinions on. It's down in there. All right, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in and checking us out. We'll see you guys on the next video. Later, everyone.